What is uppers? How was your day?
Good. I'm slowly becoming a little over it for certain things, but it's okay. I handle business as it comes and knock stuff out the park as usual, but
I see you're representing the brand today.
Yeah, Black His and Hers, 10% off, promo code QLAFD10. That's how that works. So they had really nice conversations with Roger today. He is owner of Black His and Hers. We were talking about branding, just usual conversations. Sharing some ideas, thoughts, and it's really cool when somebody's wearing your brand and you're like, oh wow, this person's like famous, like this is Sinbad, he's wearing my stuff. That's a real old reference, Jesus. Like Sinbad the comedian.
It's okay, people. It's okay.
So
celebrate yourself, hug yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm that old. So anyway,
That's
but
awesome. Go Hassan.
Well, go Roger. Go Black His and Hers.
And
right?
go Black His and Hers.
Yeah. I do what I do. I provide what I provide, and I'm glad people appreciate it. So it's all good.
But people see you. They go to you. So celebrate yourself as well, and it's okay. Stop being modest.
Not being modest. Love thyself. It's in the book. It's in the book, and it's a good book. You should read it. So yeah, no, I'm good. But I appreciate it. Today is not brought to us by, so don't say this out loud, but it's brought to us by that, because that's what you asked for.
I feel like I need to do this.
You wanted to take the magical octopus ride, which sounds really bad when I say it out loud. Within this time frame, what we're going to do is to look at our favorite videos. Basically, we're just going to use a little thing called the internet, find our favorite songs from decades, and really talk about this. And Lord help us all, because it's going to segue into so much randomness, because I am here with the Unconventional Shell.
Me.
How was your drive? How are you doing?
I'm good. I took the Beltway.
I mean, just get all the stuff he's out of the way. By the way, not necessarily on the heels of daddy issues, but let's just on air congratulate you for creating a stellar show, putting together a wonderful event. Thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of the platform.
Thank you for being a part.
Yeah, we did something good that night, I feel.
Yeah,
so
a lot of people are still talking about it, still coming to me with it.
Good.
So they appreciate you. They appreciate the rest of the panelists and just the overall just message that we're putting out there. So
cool.
Happy.
Next one's coming soon. Tonight.
August.
And tonight you have an event. We'll call it a small gathering. Do you want to call it an event?
A small gathering.
Okay.
It's not something huge, but we're going to take over for the 99 2000s at the Tacos A Go-Go. So.
It's a perfect segue as to why we're here today, actually, saying stuff like that. So Tacos A Go-Go is Meet the Author night tonight. Who are we meeting?
We're meeting Nina Evans. She is awesome sauce. Best-selling author that I was corrected by earlier by Mr. Hassan. And she has an awesome book, and we're going to be talking about that book, which is the book of the month, and, of course, highlighting local authors. And she'll be in the building from what I'm hearing. So
She'll be in the building. So let's get into this. Let's get into what we consider happy hour, because it's 5 o'clock.
Yes, it's happy hour, which is my favorite hour.
Cheers.
Cheers.
First round down.
Indeed. Are we guzzling? Are we doing that? We not sipping?
You'd be very surprised at how smooth it is.
Okay. Oh, that is smooth. Oh, wow.
Also breathtaking. Like me. So, smooth and breathtaking. What I do when I do drink is that I like to deal with this head on, and that's very much so letting you know what you're dealing with it immediately. And then you're like, ooh, I gotta pace this because I don't want to end up face down in the middle of the street in a pool of my own vomit. So that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Wake up in someone's rooftop with a buoy and flip flops and a rubber ducky.
I've had something similar happen, and I would rather that be the case than me face down on concrete in the pavement. You know what I don't like about oh God, this is so bad. What I don't like about having that level of ooh, I messed up is that you can't recall what happened. and it brings up so much doubt.
I've never been that messed up before.
Well, I'm glad. I'm happy for you. I'd much rather have been having a rubber ducky and a buoy and
I'm just naming stuff like
at least
very.
You can giggle about that. You wake up in a bathtub and you're like, ooh, kidneys? Yes. Okay, good. Now we can laugh. Like, just make sure everything's
make
okay.
sure there's no ice around or, suspicious tools,
All good. All good.
All good.
If I'm in a public street, though, problem. I woke up in a night. It was more like a lounge. But I woke up in a lounge with a blanket on me.
Oh, my gosh. At least they cared.
He cared. Such a nice guy.
Oh, my gosh.
Such a nice guy.
You keep in touch with him?
No, they're not open anymore. So this is
man.
This is back in the less controlled days.
Man.
But they're not open anymore. I've checked because they used to be underneath. It was in River Oaks, uptown, and it used to be underneath a store front.
Of course.
And it was really nice. It was a nice little place, man. I heard a lot of nice things about it. A cougar brought me there one day, and I started to bring other people there much later down the line. But them
cougar.
Old ladies gonna show you something. You know what I'm talking about?
Something.
Yeah,
you mean a little something?
Yeah. Well, they But there's a reason why older women look for younger men. It's always that.
Yeah.
The answer is very, very simple.
Yeah, a good old time.
Yeah.
A good old time.
That's the 3-syllable way of
a good old time.
Good old time. This episode is brought to you by This episode is brought to you by Mercury Cougar. Hey, sponsors, if you really want to put something there, just insert your ads somewhere around here. We'll cut to that.
Boom.
Yeah. And it flips, it cuts the other way. Older men like younger women for probably the same reason. So it's okay.
Could it be? Listen, I have a strange story with that. I have a friend, disclosure here, she's very much anonymous, that almost was a, what they call it, an escort.
How do you find almost?
She didn't sign the contract.
There's no contracts for this, by the way.
They make it. Well,
What state are we in?
We're in Texas.
I mean, was she in the state?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm listening. Go ahead. Let me not interrupt your escort story.
But she told me the story, and as far as like negotiations and terms, you got to think of it as, like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Like, they had a nice little sit down and his expectations and how he wants certain things besides, a company to, the opera and the museums and, date nights. But as far as like beyond that and what he's expecting, that's when she was like, hold on a minute. I just want to be arm candy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But, they didn't fully agree. It was much so differences between them. So she didn't follow through with it.
Gotcha. But she was going to be for him. She wasn't through an agency or
it was
a management company.
Yeah, an agency.
Gotcha.
That caters towards that
lifestyle and that degree of services. Man, I'm glad we have visuals. I can just do this all day. We can literally just do this throughout the podcast the whole time. So were you working at this place of leisure? Yeah, so I got you. Now, I spent a lot of time last night probably having a conversation about a lifestyle of observation that I've learned long time ago. Okay. Because we're all onions and we all have layers, and if you live long enough, you have some cool stories.
Can I be a cake, though? I don't want to be an onion.
Well, you can probably only be a 7-layer cake.
That's fine, but it's
depth.
Depth within each layer. Which, no.
Depths of sweetness.
And,
my story
and moisture.
Ain't that sweet. Yeah.
And and some confetti.
Whoa, slow down. No, my stories aren't that sweet, but they are real. They're real, but they're not sweet. There's lessons in them for sure, and then probably some anecdotes. I laughed my ass off about the stuff that happened because I didn't die, but
you're here.
Very much so. Very much so. 2 words. You're here. I'm here. Hanging. Before we dive into a lot of randomness, I don't really want to say crazy. Crazy is a word that I really don't enjoy anymore. Randomness is fine though. So
I'm queen of random. Queen
random
of all
okay.
this.
Random's fine.
I mean, with a little ounce of spontaneous, spontaneity. Is that spontaneity?
I can respect that. Yeah, I can respect that.
You know.
About you, yes, I can respect that.
Okay.
So yeah, remember, like, subscribe, share. This is going to be streamed on all platforms as well as YouTube. You'll see the visuals very soon. You can find Shell at unconventional_Shell on Instagram, as well as the feminine vigor _BCTX. And unconventional _spaces.
3 platforms.
3-peat, triple-edged sword. I'll make sure to put those in the visuals as well. I wanted to do that before everything goes downhill real quick. Now,
bless it.
What we started to talk about here, in terms of preparation for this particular little shindig, was you wanted to talk about music. And you wanted to talk about rap music, but then we were debating about history, and I said we'll probably just end up doing a whole lot of both.
Yeah, because I'm very versed as far as like culture. I love hip hop. I love music in general, and I love knowledge. Knowledge literally is power, and I literally need to find knowledge every single day, or else am I living if I don't learn?
Yeah, no, it gets to be pretty boring if you're just doing the same thing over and over again.
Exactly. I'm not for the routine, not for the standard.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Oh, bless it. Oh.
Now, in the mixture of both of these, I don't know how far down the rabbit hole you want to go. If we end up going,
we can be Alice all day.
Hey, well, okay. So in Alice in Wonderland, who would you be? Who are the characters in Alice in Wonderland? Let's pull them up.
Oh my goodness!
So I can help you with this.
I'm feeling very Mad Hatter like, but we'll see.
I 1000% agree. If you say that you're the Mad Hatter, yes, the hell you are. Yes, there ain't even a question. I don't have to look it up now. There's not even a question.
But still, you can still look it up.
No, that's you.
Really?
That's you.
Oh my gosh! You're not gonna give me options.
No, because you're not the rabbit. You're not.
No.
I'm late for a very important day. You're not him.
No.
You have, because now I feel like I'm uncovering things about you personality wise that is starting to fall into the bracket of me knowing you.
Right.
And I feel like the Mad Hatter is much more apropos to your personality type.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me ideas for Halloween though.
Sure. You're welcome. I don't know if I'm more of the Cheshire Cat or the worm. The caterpillar. Because
that's pretty good. How about you pull that up?
How about I pull it up?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay. So his name was Caterpillar. How nice. Okay. Yeah, White Rabbit, Cheshire Cat, Caterpillar. I'm either the Cheshire Cat or the Caterpillar. And the reason why is because
I see. You know what? I think lately
you do it.
I think lately you've been more so Cheshire Cat though.
Why?
Maybe it's because I'm just saying, as far as the smirk goes, you have this grin when you up to something.
All right, so I'm going with symbolism since you want to be a jerk about it.
But
for the sake of symbolism,
okay,
you go
a
over
guiding spirit for Alice,
right? Okay, or we hit the caterpillar real quick.
Okay, let's see here.
And he smoked hookah. How cute.
Well, hey, you like, okay, may threat of sexuality suggests phallic shape.
Okay, so I don't really agree that this is me. I don't.
You was like hanging on to it in a sense.
Yeah, I didn't really just phone that in that way. I'm the Cheshire Cat. Let me put this damn worm away. So, damn it. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's even an innuendo. Get off this damn page. Pause on the worm.
Oh, God. You said pause.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Yeah, I don't. Oh, man. In terms of the caterpillar was aggravating. I can be challenging. I can agree with that. I think I'm probably more aggravating to people who, when I have you figured out and I know I don't like you, but I still got to be around you.
Oh, I've seen that.
I'm going to press you.
I've seen that.
But other than that, I kind of just help you explore. I challenge your rationale. I ask you why, and I just ask that you think deeper. This is what I would do amongst my friend circle. Everybody don't get that. You either pay me for that or I love you. And those are the reasons why I would do that.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
As far as my circle, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. But outside, I'm like, so let me send you my package and tell you what I offer, because what you're asking for is this, and here is the package I'm giving you for that.
So, yeah, I know where the angles are. So, but again, you being incredibly artistic and creative, how do you balance that heartfelt buy-in for what people are genuinely doing versus what you know that your services are. And like, look, you know what? I need to be paid for this. Like, this has to make money.
I gotta pay bills. There's bills out here.
But there's an inclination in general where you would be like, you know what? Let me just help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you balance the two of those?
That's a good question. As far as intention and relatability and this the vision, the passion, because there's people out here that's like, look, this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm doing it and I need help. But if you need help with this, I can help with that. And I've had people that come to me that, you know, don't have the money right away, but are willing to do anything as far as barter system, you know, because I do barter as well.
What do you mean, like biblical barter? Like you have like sheep in your yard because somebody paid you for that? Like, I don't have the cash on me, but I do have these 3 goats.
Bartering, you know, like, hey, what do you need? I mean,
please take these 3 goats for the payments. What the hell am I supposed to do with some 3 Nubian goats? Oh my God. You will never need a lawnmower again. Believe me.
I mean, as far as services go.
Fair. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So we do barter. We do create a system. Like, but if you like, hey, I need you to do this because I know you're great at this. So, can you do this? Like, if there's like no, as far as a connection or you're trying to like really, really do something good in this community, because I'm for Houston, I'm for community. If it's just like just to save face and get your name out there, nah. Sure. No. So it's really about the intention and the passion behind what you're doing.
I say that as an event promoter. That was one of what I wanted to pick your brain at because, like I run with you heavy. I F with you heavy, and the reason why I do that is because I believe in you. Now I have my own business model, of course, and I have my own business practices. However, there are certain things that I know that are just going to be on the arm with me. Yeah. And then there's other things that I know that there will be some level of payment or an incorporation so that both of us can eat.
Oh yeah.
And I leave that to be aqueous in my business practices because it's just not a one-stop shop, and it's just like
exactly. You know. It has to be a constant flow.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not a damn.
I'm not a damn.
I'm not a damn.
How do you want to start this lightning round that we're gonna do?
Wow, I was gonna leave that to you.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay, so rap arguably starts in the late 70s. We were talking about rap or we were talking about something else?
We can do rap. I mean, I'm a rap head too. I mean, I know you're a rap head.
Yeah. Okay, so rap starts in the late 70s.
Right.
There's no argument with that.
The end of disco.
Death of disco. Well, actually, no, disco was still up at the same time.
Yeah, but it was still a decline.
It was phasing itself out. It was becoming more mainstream. Disco turned into what would later on be considered pop. You know, if you start looking at R&B, integration of R&B, overtaking disco.
I did watch a documentary on that. So
yeah, okay. Well, we'll see if what I'm saying is synonymous with that. Not saying it's right, but it is. But we'll just see if it's synonymous with that.
Still a decline. So
on decline for sure. Yes, because you had regionally you had certain things that were taking over, but in rap because of what happened in the Bronx. Because they birthed it. That's late 70s. That's the message. That's Grandmaster Flash and the message.
And also the birth of breakdancing.
The elements of hip hop.
The elements.
The elements of hip hop. Whoa, this is gonna sound like a purist conversation. Breakdancing.
It's still like
graffiti,
part of the encompassing of the rapping of hip hop.
I saw some. I was so I was finishing up a degree, and I saw in this particular book they said that it was, as far as a culture evaluation. Right. They said, well, some people look at rap and hip hop as the same thing, and it's not. And I'm like, well, okay. I read further, and it's true, it's not. And I'm like, well, go on. Let's just see where this book is going, because neither one of these authors were black. Not to say that black people have to be.
As far as fan the culture, because there's some people who's outside of race that are like heavily strong as far as like knowledge of the culture.
Correct. As a matter of fact, side note, there is an author for a book on DJ Screw that I really need to meet. I think he was from University of Texas. I need to find this guy because I really want to talk to him. I'm very interested to see what his book was about, and I would like to talk to him as well on the platform, because I saw it. I was like, wow, really? Because it's University of Texas. I was like, I would have imagined, because there's a couple of members of the SUC that's still alive, I would imagine they would have just wrote the book. Right. But I'll get to that later. So if we go into those elements, rap, hip hop, graffiti, or rapping, music, break beats, graffiti,
But yes, as far as elements, you're
and
correct.
the elements, that is what's encompassed with this level of spoken word on rap or on wax as rap music.
Right.
Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5.
Exactly.
We can go with Sugar Hill Gang, of course, being something right before that too.
Yeah.
Party, house music and party music was still rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just had no message.
Yeah.
Hence the word, the message.
And house
in the
music
title.
is still pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's still, well, not as heavy as it was, but it still has a presence.
Do you think house music...
I used to dance to house music. I took a class, so.
Wow. Do you think that house music has kind of transitioned itself into lo-fi now?
Oh, like, like Daft Punk and all that?
No, I still think Daft Punk is techno. I still think they call it electronica. That's fine.
Electronica, yeah.
But I think Daft Punk is delineated techno. You can go down tempo. That's cool.
Exactly.
But lo-fi is like these intricate mixes of rap music.
And like a little essence of jazz and the essence of
jazz.
Yeah, yeah.
And some down tempo, right?
Yeah.
I like, oh, my brother's gonna freak out when we have this conversation. He loved more Chiba and
Really? Okay.
and Massive Attack, like all the British tops. Like he just loved them. And I'm like, I can get into more Chiba. I was into a sadder tone and pace of music. I like Portishead.
Okay.
Like literally anything Portishead made. I have everything Portishead ever made.
But lo-fi is like really like heavy now. I mean, as far as lo-fi, yeah.
It is for sure.
I use that as far as my down music.
Have you ever heard Trappin' in Japan, the series?
No.
I'm gonna play a little bit of that for you right now.
Oh. Ooh, okay. Okay. What I appreciate about Japan is that they are really, as far as, taking something and elevating.
Yes.
They really do in a sense when it comes to music, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to a lot of different areas.
I just love this when I'm cleaning my house.
Are you one of those people that like clean your house and just dance? And sometimes you get distracted because you didn't.
No, I just get my shit done, and then I'll still play the music.
Hassan,
I just focus, man.
Hassan,
You need to do
a little
human Adderall.
You need to do a little jig. You know what I'm saying? You need to do a little jig.
Okay.
I'm one of those people that get distracted when I clean. I'm sorry, I clean and I have to dance. I have to.
Trap music over Japanese chords.
Chords. At one time, it was really heavy, like in the early 2000s, as far as like putting in like Japanese influences in chords. At one point or another.
Oh my God! So my one song.
Your one song.
Oh my God! And we can't pull it down. I'm gonna play it for you.
I need more.
Yeah, we're gonna get pulled down. But that one song, not really recently, but Drake and 2 Chainz on the 2 Chainz Hibachi for Lunch.
I love me some 2 Chainz.
The Hibachi. Have you heard Big
2
Amount?
Chainz.
I'm playing Big Amount.
Big Amount.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
I want to ease and plead on the group. You remember this shit I got this is
Come on, 2 Chainz. What album is this on?
It's a mixtape.
It's a mixtape. Oh, yeah. I miss the era of mixtapes. Keep coming out with mixtapes. Like heavy mixtapes.
I can't even do this with you. I'm about to get too angry. This is like one of my favorite songs, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Do you believe
that's one of my workout songs.
Do you believe that because it's a little bit of a root for you in a sense?
What you mean?
When it comes as far as like a Japanese influence?
No, now I am very Asian favored when it comes down to like certain preferences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
as far as like a little bit of that in there.
I was partially raised by a Japanese woman, beautiful family, right next door. They really took care of me. I probably learned how to use chopsticks at the same time I used a fork. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really ingrained in this. I actually wrote in kanji before. So Japanese has three scriptures. So it's kanji is original, hiragana and katakana. And so I learned how to write in kanji. I learned phrasing words. I was in karate ever since God knows how long. Like I was immersed in this.
I believe some influence with that compared to your life.
Now
though.
that song though is from the Karate Kid. They sampled that flute from the Karate Kid.
Ooh, which one?
The original one, because the one
original.
with the Smith child is not to be mentioned. That is not the Karate Kid. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Like now I'm getting pissed off.
Because it's kung fu.
God, yes, it is Kung Fu. That's not.
It's Kung Fu in
That's
there.
not. You should call it Kung Fu Panda 4. You should, or something like that. You should call it, but it's not Karate Kid.
Right.
He Jackie Chan, fantastic Kung Fu instructor for Jaden Smith. Great. Granted, that's kind of like my little arc when I was in Hong Kong. It's really relative, but that
Yeah.
ain't karate. So why would you call it the Karate Kid? Like, you just bastardized the legacy of the Karate Kid. They had to make a whole series to bring that shit back and try to whitewash what you did. I said it.
He said it.
So
He said it, y'all.
yeah, okay. So, but they sampled the Karate Kid OG. I believe it's Karate Kid 2, if not Karate Kid 1. But they sampled the OG Karate Kid with those flutes. Hibachi for Lunch is a very good mixtape. Very good mixtape.
Hibachi for Lunch.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a play all the way through. Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah, I'll send you a link for that one. So that took us to 2016 with one really nice sample, song, and arc as to why it's important. But when you think about 2000, let's go 2010 to 2020 because we're in 2022. So 2010 to 2020, what's a song that you really dug from then?
Oh my gosh. 2010, 2020? Ooh. Jeez Louise.
Let's go. Let me Google search this to help you out.
Yeah, because it's a lot. This is back when I was in 2010. Yeah, I was in college. I was in college still. So I was really heavily influenced as far as like Southern rap.
That's who you get. These are the 2010s top art. I love Run the Jewels.
Oh yeah, Killer Mike. Oh
Yeah.
man,
He-
love Killer Mike.
I don't really think that he's he didn't do a resurgence or a rebrand or anything like that. I think he just made a really good transition.
Yeah.
But I memorized his verse on The Whole World. You know, like
Okay.
the Outkast verse
Yeah.
with The Whole World. And they did like this whole weird dark circus thing. I can remember the video. Like this whole dark. We're playing it.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're playing it.
It was a nice beat too. Oh my gosh! Shout out to Outkast because people don't give them much credit, and then they're not getting the respect they deserve as of right now.
Not at all.
Oh man! Oh, I was in love. And first of all, the videos back in the 2000s though. Can we bring the creativity back?
It's just an amazing video.
Right.
It's amazing video.
Oh yes. Oh,
He
man.
is a different level. He's an alien.
I miss music videos. People put a lot of time and money into music videos. Nowadays, it's just like put it out there on iTunes and we'll see how I do.
Oh, she swallowed a sword. Okay.
Is this the circus?
We should meet. I'll just throw that out there.
We should be.
We should meet. I have an Instagram page. You might want to see it.
Oh gosh, you quit.
I'm just saying. Just throw shit out there. What happened? Yeah, so he
Back
the
forth.
Run the Jewels
Yes.
the Run the Jewels situation is unique, man. It's just
Oh man.
it's ridiculous how I love Company Flow. Company
Okay.
Flow is a New York rap group. Company Flow was like really more back in the Lyricist Lounge days. You remember Lyricist Lounge on MTV?
a little bit.
Okay, so Lyricist Lounge, so the hip hop backpacker thing.
First of all, what year was that?
2000.
2000.
Yeah. Yeah. Because remember, I'm talking about MTV when they were actually playing music videos. And not
Yeah, because you know
not a
with
lot of
the
reality shows.
TRL, like it was coming close to end
Yeah.
with TRL in a sense.
But they had all these other shows too. So like the Lyricist Lounge show was something that Lyricist.
Okay, you know what? I remember now.
You remember that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember now.
because they had a Punch Line and Wordsworth were like the host, and they were fantastic rappers. But this is back when everybody had to be Lyrical Miracle, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Mos Def and Talib Kweli were like.
They have to
kinda
be up
just
there as
getting
far
there.
as like with lyricists, like being a true lyricist.
Right.
Still
Anything.
have the disc?
I have about 500 CDs in storage. Yeah.
Wow.
And I have equal amount of DVDs in storage.
I'm pretty
too.
sure it is worth a lot now.
Probably worth nothing. Like they're CDs.
Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
some people are collectors.
Yeah, but they ain't collecting CDs, though. They're collecting records. Now, you want to
Right.
talk about the record collection? I got some S for your A. But I mean, but that's not.
Yeah,
about rap.
I'm building my record my vinyls. I'm building up.
Yeah, I got original Motowns from 1950s. Like I got all those, but it's the like I'm not talking about the reproductions. I'm talking about the production. You know, like we got those, but I don't think a physical CD has any value currently.
Thinking about it, you right. People more like because it's not as far as a comeback. It's not as far as retro. As far as like the
You looking empty. Did you bring
not,
a pacifier for this babysitting that you're doing?
I can go ahead.
Famous
But
last words.
let me tell you something.
And I joked about you saying that when I knew everything was going to start getting good to you. So go ahead. Yes, tell me something.
When I went to the vinyl store in the Heights, one of my favorite vinyl stores. I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't. But I found a Michael Jackson record, and usually the Michael Jackson records, the more popular records are going to be up there as far as costs. It's going to be like in the 30s and the $40 range, right? Or sometimes 50. But
yeah, sure, yeah.
as far as me finding a Michael Jackson vinyl record for I think it was what I get. I got Thriller. Yeah, Thriller album. Guess how much I got it for?
How much?
I said guess.
Give me a range though. Like let me are we under 50?
We're way under 50.
And are we over 10?
Under 10.
Oh, under 10. Okay. $5? Is something wrong with this thing? $3.99?
No.
$2.99?
It was $1.99.
For a Thriller LP?
Thriller.
On vinyl?
On vinyl.
Were you at someone's senile grandmother's house that didn't know what they had?
Because it was
wait, hold on. Wait, did it still have the orange sticker on it from when it was first manufactured? And they were like, I guess it's $1.99.
Like when it first came out.
Yeah, they were like, the sticker says $1.99. I guess that's how much it costs.
Michael's just started as a solo album, like solo artist. I'm not sure if he's gonna do anything with it.
You missed a decimal by 2 spaces. That should be $200 easily. You can call Village Roadshow right now and make you like 1,700 times that money.
But listen, $1.99 because there is a minor scratch. But I played there, right there, and nothing. There was no skips. No. So.
You played again?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So hey, well, so you walked away with that one.
I walked away with a Michael Jackson Thriller album.
Now what I would do?
$1.99.
What I would do is sell the shit out of it. That's what I would do. Because it's gonna cost you a hot $45 to get it, but you'd make a lot of money off of it anyway.
Let's wait some couple years. Give it to my legacy.
Did you say years or years? I'm sorry. Are we in Philadelphia right now?
They speak like that in Philly.
Just do it, honey. Take a chance. What movie is that from?
Oh my god.
Somebody asked, would you marry me? Her name was Lisa.
Coming to America.
Original Coming to America.
Coming to America. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
I'm gonna weave in the actual what that woman actually said. You see how accurate I was in that because I know what I'm doing.
I have something to tell you.
That's 2 weeks of theater training right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I have something to tell you, Hassan, and I'm gonna tell this to the whole wide world.
Yeah, because go.
My ultimate dream in life that I want to knock off my bucket list is to be what's that man's name? Oh my gosh. What's that dude name? Ronnie Watson.
Randy Watson.
Randy Watson. I want to be him so bad for Halloween.
That's not a hard thing to do. That's actually much easier than you think.
But I still want to do. I haven't done it yet.
Let me just help you out with this.
I want to get the Jerry curl and it's hard to get the two piece suit though.
It's
the
really
tux.
not. You aren't buying in the right season. It's really not.
Okay.
You need a lavender blue or violet.
It was more cloud blue.
Work with me here. No, it's not.
Okay.
and believe, I've seen this
powder blue
700 times.
Powder blue.
Powder blue.
We can agree on that.
With bell bottoms.
Yes,
And
and
you,
the little
you need a ruffled, blouse.
little blouse,
Right.
with Jerry curls.
Well, you can just wet your curls already. You really don't need to do that part. But you
But
need
need be long because I just recently cut my hair.
But you need. Oh, did you? But you really need the ruffles at the edge of the sleeve, though. You need that.
Yes. I want to be here for Halloween so I can say, I believe the children are the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let them lead the way.
Yeah. Did you watch part 2?
Yeah. He came back.
I didn't watch
It
it.
was you.
I watched it
on.
adjacent.
Come on.
I know because I tried to get into it, and then I was like, and I saw what was happening. I was like, I'm not into this.
Dedicate a little bit of your time to it. Just dedicate. No, you know what? When you say no, Hassan,
I'm good.
You stay with no.
No, I meant that. I'm good. Because you don't want to know why. Hold on. Let me get this thing to queue up, and then I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Because this is important to me.
Okay.
Now, the problem that I have with this
Okay.
movie is that part 1 was so important.
By the way, I watched a documentary on it.
There's a documentary on Coming to America.
Well, a little bit. It's a segment. It's Netflix. The movies that made us.
Okay, yeah. Right, okay, yeah, sure.
I'm a doc freak, so yeah.
But part 1 is so important to our culture
Very.
that I don't feel like
And directed by a white director.
Zemeckis? Who did that?
It was
Spielberg?
Landis?
John Landis?
I think it was John Landis.
Okay. It was either Martin Zemeckis or John Landis, but you're right. But it's not even about, to me, it's not even
Right.
about the white director more than it is about how important this movie is in our culture. And I don't think they
Very much
knew
so.
what was happening then.
Right.
It's just what happened ever since then.
Ever since, it's about the after effect, like the domino effect.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
presence of mind should say we should probably not mess this one up. We should probably not make a part 2. In the way
Yeah, there's some things that does not deserve a sequel.
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I don't think this one deserved a sequel. Not because it was a bad movie, because it was too good of a movie.
Too good.
It
There
was
ain't anything else
absolutely perfect.
after besides Alien 2, and Godfather 2. Besides that, there's certain things that just shouldn't be touched. You about to come back at me with my little sequels?
No, you dropped 2 real hard examples that I actually have no argument against.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Because they made
Hassan does not have an argument with me about
they made
that.
effectively 6 aliens.
But the second one was the best one.
Well,
To me, one the best.
Well-
One better than the first one.
Whoa, okay, that's what I was going to ask you, and now I can't agree with you. Now I can't, because
Okay, here we go, y'all.
here's my rhetorical question:
Okay,
you don't get number 2 without number 1,
that's facts.
and I'm not particularly the type of person to compare the Pioneer movie
Right.
against its sequel. I don't think it's fair, because and the reason why I don't think it's fair is because you didn't know what you were doing when you created Alien, because it was just that.
Yeah, you just go off your budget and see what happens.
But then you saw the reception that everyone gave, and you're like,
we
can
got
do a part two.
something.
We can
We
do a
got
part two.
something. Exactly, we got something.
so to me,
Right.
part 2
Okay.
should be on the scale with 3, 4, 5 in the integrated universe.
Exactly.
Because I would never, arguably, by comparison, I would never ever compare Reasonable Doubt to anything Jay-Z did.
Facts.
I would never compare Illmatic to anything that Nas
Hashtag
did.
facts.
So, because it's the one. It's the one.
The one and only.
Artists generally
The one and only.
work their whole life to get the one album out. The next one is,
Exactly.
well, now that we did this, let's do something
Yeah.
else.
Now let's do something else. Let's just project off our success from that.
Right. So, I agree with you
Mm-hmm.
that Alien 2 is great.
Exactly.
I do not agree that Alien 2 is better than Alien 1, because you don't get 2 without 1. You have
Okay,
to give
listen.
it. You have to give it credit.
Listen, I'm just going by numbers.
Why is Alien 2 better to you? I mean, now we got to talk about this.
First of all, the direction different. It's a whole different director. That, but more so, people talk about 2 more than 1. But yes,
Why
give
are you
the
talking about 2 more than 1? Who does? Who are you Like, who are these people to talk about two more than one?
In fact, they didn't even put two next to it, right? They put, like, as far as...
I feel like it was Alien and then
It was just
Aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
That's genius in itself. That's brilliant in itself. Yes.
So you didn't really know, it was like, is this a sequel? Like, if for people who did not grow within that time.
That's kind of dope, though, when you think about it. That is kind of dope. It still don't make it better than number one, but it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's like Predator. You don't... Predator 2 with Danny Glover is amazing.
Okay.
Alien 2 had Charles Dutton in it, but like it's cool. I'm with it.
Right.
It's just that I don't think that it's better than one because one set the precedence.
Yeah, and then, of course, you mean as far as, box office numbers.
Also not fair.
Also not fair because, I get you. Because,
no one bought
the
into it until part one was finished.
Exactly. So I do give credit to the original. And then you want to elevate from that original, right? Mm-hmm. So give credit where credit's due.
I'm not saying, I just don't want to categorize it as better or worse. All I'm saying is that it should be uncomparable. If you create a piece of art, we'll call that art, we'll call it Illmatic art, we'll call it reasonable doubt art. If you create a piece of art.
Illmatic, there would never be another Illmatic.
Good Kid, Mad City is art. Section 80, good, but it wasn't.
Pimp a Butterfly.
Nah, hold on. My point.
Okay.
My point is that Good Kid, Mad City set the precedence for who he was going to be.
Exactly.
Pimp a Butterfly is amazing.
Exactly.
But you do not get that
without Good Kid,
Mad City.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
So you don't even get corporate buy-in until you create Alien 1.
Exactly.
To bring this background to the street.
Exactly. Like, let me show you what I can do.
Right. And now you're like, well, we're going to change the director. Cool. But now we're franchising. At this point, we're just franchising. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Same thing with Paranormal Activity.
Never saw it.
You never seen it?
No.
What?
No, because I saw the Blair Witch Project and it ruined everything for me ever since then.
Well,
so I was like, I don't want to talk about ghosts
to me,
anymore.
well, yeah, it is a precedence of course, the Blair Witch Project. To me, it's like an elevation of Blair Witch Project because you didn't really see as far as everything that was happening in the Blair Witch, in a sense. It was all about perception. Like you're literally like where that person is, like, but you don't see anything. That's what makes it scary. It's the unknown.
All I know is that we threw popcorn and actual hot dogs at the screen when Blair Witch Project went off at that point. When he
was facing that
when he facing the corner and we were like,
and then,
what the and then it was just hot dogs and sodas towards the screen. That was Meyerland. And I'm not snitching. We was in Meyerland getting busy when that came out. That was it, because you should know better. That was a piece of shit movie, and you know better.
Oh, man.
Now, the fact you got everybody in the movie theater to actually see it, and y'all made bank.
The sequels suck.
I didn't even realize they made a sequel.
Sequels.
The first one sucked. What you mean the sequel sucked?
Second, third, fourth. I think they made a fifth. It was still stupid. And then I'm only saying this because I saw the documentary. Because they went to Paranormal 7. Oh,
you talking about Paranormal, not Blair Witch.
I'm just saying, as far as like, there's still footage movies. There's nothing as far as like much like it.
Did
as
you
far
see
as
the Cloverfield Experiment?
I did.
Was that like Godzilla and Blair Witch had a baby? It's like if you take the concept of Godzilla in the city, and then you.
The ending was so weird. I was like, who is this creature? Oh my gosh. Is it Godzilla? Is it a creature? Is it something that rolls like the Loch Ness Monster from the water?
I want to do two things with you. I'm going to ask you about your all-time favorite sci-fi movie. All-time favorite.
Oh, snap cakes. I can't stand you because I have so many.
But there's got to be a one. So now let's baseline this because we're done with this. Actually, what we came here to do, ladies and gentlemen, we are not. It just didn't happen. So because
I saw you pull it up, and I was like, I love them.
Well, Public Enemy is Public Enemy. My uncle and Chuck D were friends, and I'm
really
yes. It's a very interesting short story. We're gonna get back to the thing.
You know what? When it comes to you, I'm not surprised anymore.
So this involves Roderick. So shout
out to Rod.
Shout out to Roger.
Shout out to Rod though.
Yeah. So he comes. We're just talking, and he's like, I said, hey, my cousins were rapping. So one of my little cousins was into music, and this is in Atlanta. So one of my cousins is into music,
of course,
and so his mother, who is my first cousin, so she calls me, and she says, "Hey, since you're doing photography," he said, "Why don't you come out here and take some mixtape album covers, just do some media, just shoot some media for them." And I said, "All right, that's cool." So they had a little group. It's called Newborn, I think. So they had a group, right? So then,
what year was this?
03, 04.
03? Good year, by the way.
Yeah, 03, 04, something
03
like that.
was a good year.
Yeah, was it? You
As
tell
far
me
as to
later.
me, music, it was a good year.
Yeah, we were.
People coming out, as far as like Beyonce's album,
Gotcha.
her solo album.
Sure.
Like as far as like people like shooting out, like as far as we call greats now.
Sure. No, I got you. I was on drugs. It's
So.
fine. So anyway, I went to Atlanta.
I was on drugs.
I don't remember this. So like I was just like, all right, I'll take your word for it.
23 was a great year for music. It was great.
So I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to Atlanta. And he's like, for real? And I'm like, yeah, you know how I talk. He's like, for real?
ATL.
And so I was like, yo, you wanna go? And he's like, yeah, let's go. This is the first time that I actually realized that he's down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
so we we have a history, but our real history starts around 1819 for us. So that's early 2000 anyway. So I'm like, yo, I'm printing up some flyers because we had flyers. So like this is flyer. There was no such thing as Instagram.
Gosh.
So I was like, I printed out Street Team.
Street Team.
And I had a website already because I was doing like a good number of hits. Like I had advertisements. I was doing 100,000 hits a month on my website. I was getting down.
Man, that's fire, man.
So he's like, H Boogie, I'ma go. And I'm like, cool.
Wait, H Boogie?
That's our nickname. You dare not call me that. Nobody calls me that but him. Nobody but him calls me that. Where's my camera?
I will call you Hassan.
Yes. So anyway, so he's like, yo, I'm going. I'm like, cool, let's go. Got tickets, contacted Trina Broussard, Motown artist.
Oh, I'm about to
selling-
say like the Trina, like sorry.
not Trina in Miami,
Right.
but the Trina,
because
Trina Broussard is a Motown sign, also So Def. She has history of both of those. Platinum selling artist. She's independent now. Been singing for the longest of time. She wrote for Aretha Franklin. Like she's solid.
Oh heck yeah!
And that's
if you're writing for her, she don't accept nobody.
And that's like my big sister. So I was like, hey.
Okay.
We're coming into town. She's like, you can have my house. I'm going on tour. You can have my house. Cool. So we stayed at the house. Right. So it was already set up. It was destined for us to go.
That's fire.
We got into so many misadventures in Atlanta. Right. So when of course we shoot them. And I shot my people. I shot them by the train yard, which is really cool. It's on a crashed hard drive. I don't even have these pictures anymore.
Oh.
Like I have to really try to find these. I got a lot of stuff on that hard drive, like for real.
Oh, that's memories.
But the Atlanta experience at that point is with Roderick. Like he came. He was just like, yeah, I'm going. Very fun time.
Oh,
very
Rod.
fun time.
Love you, Rod.
No, hey, that's my guy.
That
that's
is
my guy.
my
That is
dude.
my dog. Like
I
it's
introduced him to barbecue pizza
why would you do that?
because it's good,
No, it's not.
son.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
guess what? That's a perfect way to end this. That's a perfect way to end this. This is such a random episode.
Oh gosh, it is.
All right, well, that's fine. I think we did
Cool.
very, very well by covering the things that we wanted to do and argue about randomness, which is exactly what I had no script for this. It's absolutely fine. But I wanted to get my girl up in the studio, man. This is the homie for sure. You know, one of the reasons why
I'm fully behind Hassan. I'm fully behind Qualified. I'm fully behind P3 Meetup in this piece, man.
I appreciate that.
Shoot.
That's one of the reasons she's integrated into the fold and that's the circle. So please let everybody know where to find you.
Unconventional _Shell. Also, the book club, Feminine Figure, BCTX. That's Feminine Figure _BCTX. And Unconventional _Spaces. If you want to chat with your girl as far as hyping up your events when it comes to the local Houston area and outside of Houston area, because I can branch out.
You can find me on all streaming platforms. That's QLAFD, trademark registered, except no substitutes. This will again be aired on all digital streaming platforms as well as YouTube.
Right.
Check out my shirt. It's Black History Month, year round, 365 days a year.
Listen, every single day, not just 1 month. You
Not just
understand
1
me?
month. Not in February. Not the shortest month of the year.
Listen,
Every day of the year.
you better say it.
You better say that.
Better say that.
Shout out to them. QLAFD10. That's the promo code. Go to Black, His, and Hers, and you can get more. Shout out to Roger. Shout out to Raw Cakes. Shout out to Freedom Sneaker Club HGX. Shout out to DJ Clint. The radio show's airing next week, 7 o'clock. Qualified, we're out.